This is my first time ever getting a car. Interest rate is like bullshit. It was like really expensive.
I got bad credit, not a lot of money down.
It can take 5 minutes to get approved, but it can take years to recover. That's the reality of debt, and today we're looking at both.
You make $3,000 a month, you're spending almost half of your income on this car.
I was trying to figure out like the negative equity so I could switch over to a Kia. This is my first time ever getting a car. Interest rate is like bullshit. It was like really expensive, and like I didn't even think about it.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 21.
What's your interest rate on the car right now?
25%.
How much are you paying on the car?
18 grand left. It was 15 grand when I first got it. They gave me like a gap. Ended up being 20 grand after.
So you make $3,000 a month. That's the thing. You're spending almost half of your income on this car. Do you pay any rent?
I do.
How much is your rent?
I pay like $630.
See how tight you're playing it with this car? You're paying $1,300 a month.
Almost half her income is going towards her car payment. I did the exact same thing when I was around her age. It was around the same price. The interest was a little bit lower, but not that much. And the entire time I had it, I struggled to make the payments. It looked great, but I remember not being able to afford a $2 coffee most mornings.
For a Camaro that is almost 10 years old and has 25% interest. I'm gonna try to give you as much advice as I can. You're about $12,000 to $13,000 in negative equity. You're not gonna be able to get into a Kia K5 for $2,000 down.
I was going to get like a used one, and I was going to try to trade it in.
They're gonna offer you, let's say, $5,000 for your Camaro. You have a difference of $13,000. You're going to try to add as much on that as possible, $35,000, and you have $13,000. The balance is gonna be $48,000. So your payment's gonna be even higher, and then you're gonna set yourself up to be in a bad situation when you sell the Kia. Your credit is not quite there yet to go buy a new car.
Once you sign the papers, you are stuck in the loan, especially if it's a high interest rate. Trading doesn't fix it, it just buries you deeper. They roll the negative equity into the next loan. Your payment stays high or goes higher. You owe more than the car is worth, and you're worse off than when you started, just a different car.
We have the most realistic buyer on the phone here. Let's go ahead and do our best to help him because this is absurd.
I'm looking to get a vehicle in my name with no trading because I'm flipped significantly, as I'm sure most people are in today's. Let me be forthcoming. I have an auto loan. It doesn't show on every bureau. I don't know which one it shows on, but it's with my ex. She's being stubborn. I got bad credit, not a lot of money down, and yeah, I know my circumstances, so I'm very realistic.
So we're working with a minimal amount down, right?
Yes.
Now, when you say bad credit, brother, talk to me. What's bad credit? We work with some terrible stuff over here.
I'm definitely low fives.
Okay, so when you say bad credit, you really mean fair credit.
If that's what you want to call it.
Yes, sir. We have seen 380s.
I really don't agree that a 550 credit score is fair. I know it might fall into that category, but saying it's fair is misleading. It seems like a lot of these salesmen want the customer to feel better about their situation. Telling someone it's not that bad makes it easier for them to accept terms they probably shouldn't.
I actually got a 365 approved last week.
Well, God bless you.
What has you at 500? Is it a credit card? Is it the mortgage? Is it paid autos? Is it unpaid autos? Talk to me.
I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't know. I'm in the middle of a divorce. Oof. Don't really have much credit.
Divorce can be a tough one, brother.
Yeah, man. It ain't fun.
Nonetheless, brother, we are going to help you through this, okay? So, are you working full-time right now?
Work full-time. I make $1,500 a week.
Nice. Making great money, brother. So, car payments, no problem.
No.
Perfect. So, now we just need to help you get the door open so you can start reestablishing yourself is all.
All right, Stefan. I like your energy. Hopefully, we can do some business.
I appreciate it. I enjoyed this phone call with you, all right? As soon as it's done, I'll give you a call back.
Man, appreciate you.
All right, brother. Have a good day.
Decent income, but going through a divorce. To me, that would be one of the worst times to be buying a car. Divorce is stressful, and big financial decisions made in emotional states are a horrible idea. You usually end up regretting those ones the most. Divorce is already one of the biggest wealth destroyers. Stacking a high interest loan on top of it just makes recovering harder.
Oh, listen, Alicia. Hey. Congrats to you. Man. Now, listen, let me ask you something for the people out here. How was the process going with tax max and everything and your experience here at Olympic Auto Sales?
It was super easy.
That part?
All I did was call them up, Carlos directed me to tax people, did the form online. I really didn't even have to have no communication, really. Everything was done online.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then they sent me a text message and told me I was approved.
Facts.
Came back to see Carlos.
Facts. And then, this how we ride, baby. And then, we riding off into the city lights real slick and smooth, like, you feel me? Yeah. Yeah, man, holla at your guy, man. I told y'all we make this easy, boy.
Real easy.
Yeah. Definitely like to thank you because of all the places that you could have been, you came in with me. Yeah.
You only get this type of excitement when the bank is paying for it. You don't get that same feeling when it's your hard-earned money, when you've spent months or years saving for something. Because when it's your money, it's not exciting, it's serious. You feel every dollar leaving, and you think about the hours it took to earn it.
Okay, what was your outflow? I have your inflow as 5,000. What was your outflow?
Oh gosh. Just this last month?
Yes.
Well, this was Christmas. Oof. 2,500?
What's wrong with you? It was $9,307. How can you
Kinda
be
off.
that wildly off? What are you talking about? What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I thought I understood it. See, this is what people say. This is why you're here.
A lot of people don't look at what they're spending because that full number changes everything. As long as they keep it broken up. One payment here, one balance there. It feels manageable. It doesn't feel like a problem. But when you actually sit down and total things up, you see the real number, the real debt. And once you see that, you can't tell yourself it's not a problem anymore.
This is why I'm here.
Sure, but I need to know a little bit about where you're coming from, how your life is now, how your mentality is now, or else we can't fix anything. How the were you that far off? In your own assessment, what do you think? Going back to last month, you thought it was 2,000 something. How were you there?
Just because I was thinking about Christmas gifts.
So you thought it was only 2,000? Your entire spending for everything? What's your rent?
So rent is altogether $1,650.
So how the do you think you only spent?
Most people don't track the full picture. They go off what they think they made and they think they spent. It's rough numbers, estimates, memory. And memory is almost always generous to income and forgiving to the expenses. So in their head, the numbers work. On paper, they don't.
I'm 28 and I'm in over 6 figures of debt. I can't believe I just said that out loud. So I totaled up all of my debt and I am currently in $124,424.04 of debt. That's not even including my mortgages, and I have 2 of them. The majority of my debt is from my student loans. For context, I decided to get a master's degree from a very expensive Ivy League school, and it cost me over $80,000. And it's one of the biggest financial regrets that I have, but it's my situation, and I know that if I just keep beating myself up over it without taking any action, I'm going to just be stuck where I'm at.
She's got student loans, and instead of knocking those out first, she bought a house. Then she bought another one. So the original debt never got cleared. It's simple. Finish one thing before you start the next. If you've got student loans, clear them before taking on something bigger. When you don't, you're not moving ahead. You're just stacking debt on top of debt.
So I'm making it my mission to pay off all of my bad debt by my 30th birthday, which is about 19 months from now. The reason why I'm setting this goal is because I want to be financially free in my 30s. I want to build generational wealth that my family never had, and I can't do that with this debt mentally and financially draining me. And I'm sharing this because I've seen other people share their debt payoff journey, and it's honestly made me feel a lot better about my situation. Also hopeful that I can be debt free sooner than I thought.
So she went to an Ivy League school. That's about as good an education as you can get. But even that doesn't protect you from bad financial decisions. You can be smart, you can be accomplished, and still let debt pile up if you don't handle it properly.
I was fully addicted to swiping my credit card, getting that instant gratification, the dopamine hits from my purchase, and the dopamine only lasted me like a couple minutes before the buyer's remorse set in almost every single time. And that is how I got into almost 20 grand worth of debt that I paid off majority of it last year. Only have a little bit to go left this year, but it is so easy to go from 5,000 to 10,000 to 15,000 to 20,000 and up. Racking up debt is so easy once you start.
Once you start taking on debt, it can add up fast. One loan feels manageable, so you take on another. The payments start to feel normal. You get used to them, and the total just keeps climbing.
One way that I was able to help myself lower my debt so much last year was the Ditch app. So literally go download this and set this up right now. It's so easy. It automatically rounds up your purchases and sends that money over to your debt. So you go in the grocery store and you buy this energy drink for $2.50. It's going to send 50 cents over to your debt. That adds up over the last couple months. It's added almost $400 onto my debt that I wouldn't have otherwise done. If you are paying off debt and you're serious about paying off debt this year, go download the Ditch app. It is so simple to set up and get out of debt this year.
I don't know anything about this app, but I did something similar through my bank. I set it up so that every time I made a purchase, it would take $5 and put it in a separate account. It wasn't very noticeable and it added up extremely fast. It really makes you think about the smaller purchases. You don't want that $3 coffee as much when they're taking $8 out of your account.
Let's make a credit card payment to my credit card that started at over $16,000, and we are so close to paying it off. My husband and I have 6 maxed out credit cards, and this credit card was number 6 we were going to pay off on our journey, but we're actually paying it off before a few of our other cards. If you've been following along, you know that this card actually has 3 separate balances on it, and one of those balances has a 0% promotional rate that ends on April 1st. We are not about to let that interest kick in, so we've been throwing everything we can at this card to get it paid off before April 1st. The current balance before yesterday's payment was $5,553.67. This month we were able to update the minimum payment to include our snowball, basically just rolling in the last 2 minimum payments from the cards that we paid off into this minimum payment for this card.
She's actually paying it down and the balance is moving. She's making some real progress. And you can see it in her face, there's energy there. It's not the excitement of buying something. It's the satisfaction of finally turning things around.
So yesterday, our scheduled payment of $1,463.64 went through. And the new balance is $4,090.03. I cannot believe this card started at over $16,000. And now I'm staring at this card that has barely $4,000 left on it. My husband called me today. He's traveling for work. And he just said, I can't believe we're doing it. We talked about paying off this credit card debt for years. And now those conversations and discussions and those desires that we had, we're putting it into action. If you are at the beginning of a debt payoff journey or you are wanting to start one, my best advice, jump. Do it scared. Do it unprepared. Start before you feel ready to, because the momentum won't come first. The action does. And once you're in motion and you start taking action, there is literally nothing that can stop you. I'm really glad you're here, and I'll see you guys soon.
Paying off debt is a different type of excitement. It's quiet. It's not flashy. You're not showing anything off. You're not getting something new. Watching the balance drop, that's real progress. It's relief and it's control coming back.
As I was paying off my $40,000 of credit card debt, personal loan debt, there's some more things that I did. First, I cut up all my credit cards. 2, I'm going to keep it real simple. I worked. I'm a truck driver. I have a great income. I still had 2 jobs. When I could, I had a part-time job at Walmart. I had a part-time job at Whataburger. I had a part-time job at Popeyes. I had to keep getting multiple part-time jobs because sometimes I'm local, sometimes I'm over the road, so they will fire me because I wasn't able to come back to work. The side we diverge. The point that I'm making is I committed to working and making as much money as I can. I can't get on here and give y'all financial advice about how to be an entrepreneur because we're all right now in the rat race and we're trying to make more money. You're going to have to be tired. You're going to have to sacrifice and be slightly uncomfortable, but you can do it.
So he paid off $40,000 of debt. He decided he was done carrying it. It took time, it took extra work, and it took consistency. And that is what it really comes down to. Debt feels permanent when you earn it. It's not. It can be undone. If you want to see more, you know what to do. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.